Chris Phillips Arena are setting tonight with the lights of downtown. And before we... All right, thank you, David. And here in the early part of the season, Steve, when you played, did you have a favorite part of the regular season?
I did. I think right around All-Star break and afterwards, because now you know you have a chance or you're in the hunt. You got to start to pick this up to put you in a place for the postseason. But if you're not in the postseason, February starts to feel like a drag.
I bet. But when you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, at least now you got something to aim for, right?
Yes.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. Setting the floor for the Hornets. Beast out there with B-Train. Then there's Lights Out. Then it's Black Hole. And it's Rivers in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
The pass to Gilmore. To the inside. Got a piece of it. To the left wing. Pass to Rivers. Now Lee. He had a 30-point outing their last game against New Orleans. They set the screen. The three from Joseph. Great T that time from T.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
You can see he's frustrated with that one. Knows it's up to him to make that play.
And Wilkins slams it in.
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And GA, he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
He just never gives up on any play, any shot. He's always battling in the paint. He's one of the best at that position.
Rivers dishes to Joseph. Shot clock at 6. Out to Lee. The putback. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. T kicks to Smith. Back to T. With the teardrop. Joseph with the rebound.
And forcing the miss there. He just knows how to pressure you defensively.
And also protecting the rim at all costs. I love the anticipation to affect the shot.
Charlotte shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor. And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
And it's Lights Out with the foul. That's his first foul. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far.
Great execution of the double team right there, able to strip it and then get the possession.
Count the basket.
Punishing the smaller man inside is just good fundamental basketball.
The Hawks trail by 7. Feeds the T. Stolen by Joseph. And oh, here we go. Joseph's got it. The fast break chance. And he makes the bucket through contact and gets the whistle too.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Charlotte shooting their third free throw shot of the game. The free throw drops for Lee. Hawks have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Smith kicks the T. Stolen by Joseph. Oh, and here comes Joseph all alone. And Joseph slams it home.
And from the opening tip, they have been in complete control of this one.
Dominate on the court, and it's showing up on the scoreboard. Let's see if they can maintain this level of intensity.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, I just thought their energy was lacking defensively. Just gave up way too many easy shots.
You know what? That's a problem anytime, but especially on the road where you need to be given an extra effort.
Smith the pass to T. To halt the run, and he lays it up and in.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
A lot of laziness going on out there. Still early in the game, but that needs to get worked out.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Joseph. He picked up 24 points in their last one against the Pelicans in New Orleans.
And some of the passes he threaded through the defense were just incredible. He made it look so easy.
The Hornets shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. The first one falls. And replay review now commonplace. In the interest of speeding up those reviews, Steve, the league last season allowing officials at the replay center in Secaucus, New Jersey to make the call. You like that decision?
You know I do, but I think sometimes finding a way to speed it up, and I think there's some way where you can have a referee right there on site also can be able to get a chance to see the play, because sometimes technology doesn't get back from Secaucus back to the game. But some kind of way, the middleman, if he's there in this obvious play, that can cut the time. You know, because right now, sometimes it's taking a long time.
As long as they get it right, correct? How they do it, who cares? As long as they get the call right, though, to me is the most important.
I do love that, Kevin, but I think sometimes, you know, human error is a part of basketball. The refs can't be perfect. And so sometimes if they're a bad call, it's just a bad call. You got to live with it.
Outside T. Pass to Willis. 6 on the shot clock. It's Wilkins with the drive. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. It's tipped. Now here's Rivers. Joseph with the ball. Pass to Wolf. 6 to shoot. Oh! And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And really focused on establishing dominance down low. And guys, it's working.
They have played physical, they have owned the paint, and they have built up a decent lead here in the first.
And guys, they've come out and established a rhythm. And also their play calling has been on point.
Well, the two go hand in hand. Matching your strategy to your personnel is key.
Over in the corner, Lee. Off target with his 3. The Hawks trail by 16. T with the ball. Picked up by Joseph. And it's lights out with the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Too aggressive to start this game. That's already a couple fouls already in the first.
Here's Wilkins. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And when you shoot 86 from the line like he did last season, you usually cash in on those opportunities.
Hornets leading by 14. There's a good screen. Out to Lee. A pass to Wolf. And here is Joseph. He's got 6. Rivers. Offensive rebound. Out to Lee. Pass to Wolf. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Back to Joseph. B-Train passes to Rivers. Over Wilkins. And finished off by Rivers.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Steve, so much of being a great offensive player is learning to draw contact and work yourself to the free throw line. When you look at the league right now, who are some of the best in the league, in your estimation, doing that?
James Harden is one of those guys. He gets to the line, double-digit figures sometimes, free throw attempts. DeMar DeRozan, DeMarcus Cousins. I think Russell Westbrook, because he's such a guy that's in attack mode and he likes contact. The guys who like contact, they get to the line a lot.
Avery Bradley, he's checked in for the Hawks. Hornets leading by 16. Now Joseph. Over to the wing. Here's the screen. Here's Wolf. And he uses the glass on the layup. The Beasts got 8.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Outside Wilkins. Score the basket, his third after 5 shots.
He's been locked in all quarter, really finding his rhythm.
Here is Brand. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. On the wing, Lee tries from 10. Atlanta with the rebound.
Allowing no space for the shooter to get comfortable. Just terrific defense.
What I love is he takes the right angle, affects the shot without fouling.
Wilkins kicks to Anderson. Here's Schroeder. Hornets leading by 16. And the dunk by Joseph.
And he runs the floor with a purpose that time. Excellent play.
You know what? And a late reaction by the transition D. Takes it himself uncontested.
Outside Wilkins. Pass to Gilmore. He kicks it to Bradley. The feed to Anderson. Great D that time from Brand.
Ooh, you know that's one he likes to have back. Point blank.
Oh!
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. Outside Bradley. Back to Schroeder. Anderson with the screen for Schroeder. Jumper off the screen. No good off the front iron.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Oh!
Just increasing their advantage. And right now, they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, this lead has snowballed. Credit their killer instinct for piling on.
He feeds it to Wilkins. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Wilkins has got 10.
The defense has to be better. When he gets those looks, he usually knocks them down with ease, like he did there.
Now, here's Joseph. 10 points for him. On the wing, Lee. Joseph with the ball. Back to Lee. Anderson with the block. And they're able to recover. Second chance effort. Count it. That's 10 points for Black Hole.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Inside, here's Anderson. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. A chance here to take a moment and compare the front court and back court scoring on the night for Charlotte.
And we can see pretty even there between the guards and the bigs. That kind of balanced production has what's helped them craft this huge lead.
Malone's checked in for Dominique Wilkins. And then for Charlotte, Garcia, he's checked in for the Beast. ABC comes in for Lee. And it's Campbell in for Joseph. Outside, Garcia. Lock at 6. Off the screen, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
That was just a textbook pick that allowed him room, and he took advantage of it.
And a fast break now for the Hornets. And so he draws the foul on the shot on trip to the line to shoot 2. The Hornets have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department.
Yeah, drawing fouls and making them pay at the line.
He's perfect from the line this time. There's a minute left to play in the first. Malone outside. Passes to Gilmore. Left side, Anderson. And here's Bradley from 3. Offensive rebound. And there's the foul. It goes on Ryan Anderson. That'll be his second foul of the game. Charlotte's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Outside, Garcia. 35 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Kicks it to Brand. Knocked away. And it's out of bounds. The Hornets able to retain possession here.
Just active defensively here, being extremely disruptive.
You know, I love the effort just to get a hand in there. He is disrupting the offensive flow.
Just 5 on the clock. Campbell, the pass to Lyons from the arc.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession.
An unforced error. I'm not sure what was he thinking.
And here is Campbell. He had 13 points in the win against New Orleans.
And some of the passes he threaded through the defense were just incredible. He made it look so easy.
Schroeder, no good that time. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. Looking at what we've seen from the Hornets, pretty much in control here, it would appear.
I mean, a solid first quarter, especially looking at that plus turnover ratio.
Take care of the basketball, being disruptive on D. That combination has them out in front.
Now Malone. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. ABC is out there with Campbell. Then it's the Prophet, and it's Big Cat, and it's Big Dog, and hit the 5.
Good decision making right here. Coming off the screen, shooter with no hesitation.
Here is Brand. Campbell with it. Now the pass to Big Dog. And here is Campbell. Outside, Garcia. There's a screen. 5 to shoot. Out to Brand. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Here's Schroeder. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Pacers in Indianapolis. Pass to Gilmore. Now the dish to Anderson. Pass to Gilmore. Shot clock at 5. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. And now in transition is Garcia. Here we go. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Now Campbell. Shot clock at 6. Outside, Garcia. From outside the arc, score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
You can see there, the defender allows himself to get picked.
You know, it's all about effort. Sometimes you're going to get hit on hard screens. You just have to fight through them.
Malone kicks to Anderson. Oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. These are the players who had the most success from deep last season. And you look at Joseph, he's absolutely deadly from outside. And of course, ABC, another sniper. He'll hurt you from 3-point land.
What shooting we saw from them all season. I mean, I'd love to see these guys in a game of force. They'd probably be draining shots from midcourt.
Over in the corner, Brand. Pass to Lyons. Charlotte moving it around. Here's Dio. And Garcia has it in the corner. And the rejection by Smith. Teague for three. And that one is off. And the Hornets now going the other way.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Here's Garcia. They get it back. The pass to Campbell. To the left side wing. They set the pick. Right side Garcia. Second shot opportunity. It's hauled in by Willis.
I can tell you right now, the coach loved everything about that shot except the result.
T dishes to Malone. Stolen away. Here's Dio. And again, the Hornets missing. This Hawks squad is struggling. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. Kicks it out to Malone. It's 3-pointers off the mark. Hornets have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first. And the league has taken some measure to keep the pace of the game going, which I think is good, getting players to the court more quickly after timeouts. Just carving some seconds. Sometimes they add up over the course of a game to make it seem faster, to keep the rhythm of the game. You like that direction, Steve?
I love that direction, especially for the fan to get a chance to watch it. I love all the little, like you said, nuances to keep this game moving. I would love to see, even when a coach calls a timeout, if he doesn't want to take the time, that they can continue to keep playing, if both coaches agree, just to have a timeout, because sometimes you just want to have a break. You might want to turn it over. You call a timeout, you don't have to strategize. Just keep playing.
Charlotte making some changes. Rivers, he's checked in for Big Dog. And B-Train subbed in for Big Cat. Atlanta's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Teague, the pass to Anderson. Back to Teague. Anderson, the screen. Smith kicks to Anderson. Over Rivers. And there's Ryan Anderson on the assist by Smith. Anderson's got 4 points this quarter.
That's one of his specialties, just squaring up from medium range.
Yeah, he has the height to shoot over most any defender and the touch to make it with consistency.
Campbell against Teague. Rivers in the corner. Pass to Lyons. And here is Campbell. Right wing. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Garcia, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Whoa, just climbing the ladder for that 360. Stupendous hop.
Yeah, Greg, he was sky high on that finish. Malone dishes to Teague. Willis up top. Anderson passes to Teague. There's a screen by Willis. It's tipped. Campbell inside. Lets the three fly. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
I can't understand, in the midst of a game, you leave an elite shooter this wide open.
And that's a foul called on Money. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, he has to be careful now. He doesn't want to pick up that third foul this early.
And the Hawks making a change here. Wilkins is checked in. Anderson, a screen on Campbell. A 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Right side Garcia. Here's Campbell. Back to Garcia. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession.
And here's a look at some numbers for the Prophet. Good season for him last year. 8th in field goal percentage, 17th in three-point field goal percentage, and he'd make you pay every time he went to the line. Top 20 in free throw percentage.
And you know, back to his tremendous efficiency shooting last season, top 10 in the league, his dead-eye shooting creates so many opportunities for that offense. On defense, Atlanta. They set the pick. Campbell kicks to Garcia. Six to shoot. Here's Wilkes. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Upside Wilkins, and that one is good. Wilkins has got 12 points in the game.
Not letting his team down. He's been very strong. He just needs a little help from his teammates.
Here's the Beast. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against New Orleans.
And if you look at his free throw numbers, you can see what kind of pressure he put on the defense. He was in attack mode all night long.
Passes it to Beatrice. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Hawks have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Garcia against Smith. 5 on the clock. Not enough on that one as it misses. The Hornets on offense. They're on a 14-6 run. Campbell, the pass to Wolf. And here is Campbell, defended by Wilkins. Rivers a screen on Teague. Shoots. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
There's a screen by Willis. T kicks to Willis. Dishes to Smith. Over Garcia. That one wide left. For Charlotte, they've gotten 7 of their 12 field goal attempts to drop here in the second quarter. Up over 50%. There's the pick. Campbell, the pass to Rivers. Here's the Beast, defended by Wilkins. Kevin Willis grabs the miss.
Well, this is what happens when you're a threat down low. You attract a lot of defensive attention.
And Teague has it in the corner. Back to Wilkins. He dishes it to Smith. Smith missing again. Charlotte has gotten both of their 3-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Pass to Campbell. Rivers a screen on Teague. The pass to Beatrice. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Yeah, they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Teague against Campbell. Teague kicks to Willis. Feeds to Smith. It's stolen by Smith. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss.
I mean, he's struggling. Hitting a low percentage of his shots this quarter.
Charlotte calls timeout. And Smitty, would you ever be interested in joining a team as a general manager, a personnel guy in the front office in the league?
I would, Kevin. I mean, I love everything about the game of basketball, and obviously played and been in broadcasting. But a GM role is something I've always talked about. Coaching, front office, whatever it may be, I'll be happy because I'm in the game of basketball. And then, Kevin, if I get that job, are you coming with me?
I'm always with you, by your side and ready to go. But let me ask you, when you were playing, Steve, did you consciously think, hey, someday I might be a coach, or I'd like to sit up in the stands and evaluate talent? Does it go through your mind in the throes in the middle of your career?
Yes, it does. And a lot of the guys, I would say my mentors, one was Lenny Wilkins. He did a fantastic job. Player coach at one time. I talked a lot to him. My wife and Joe Dumars' wife are sisters, so me and Joe have a close relationship. Pat Riley, I pick the brains of the best. And hopefully one day I'll get that chance, and hopefully I'll make that move. But right now, I'm loving what I'm doing.
Here's Brand. The feed to Joseph from past the arc, and it's the Hornets another 3.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Schroeder dishes to Bradley. Pass to Willis. Bradley against Lee. There's the screen to end the drought. Bradley can't get it to go.
Yeah, momentum right now is against them. They're just going to have to figure out a way to ride this one out.
You know, easier said than done. What they need to do is string together some positive plays, try to turn the tide.
There's 53 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Out to the right wing. Here's Wolf. 6 to shoot. Misses the 3.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
Kicks to Wilkins. It's deflected. Here's the Beast, defended by Wilkins, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. The Hornets have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight. First one falls for. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Atlanta's gone 0 of 3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Joseph against Schroeder. Banked in off the glass. Schroeder's got 4 points now in the quarter.
He has a wiry frame, but he's stronger than he looks. Schroeder, unafraid of contact, able to complete the play.
And guys, how fun is it watching this fella just go to work?
Greg, it's not every point guard who can climb the ladder like he can.
Not at all.
You might look at him and think he can't get up, but he finds a way to consistently surprise the D by rising way above them time after time.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets, able to put on a show for the ages. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. Back to the action after this word.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. After the first 2 quarters of play, it's Charlotte in control. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, some perspective, please.
You had to love the persistence they showed on the offense.
And that is just...
Welcome back, everybody. Now here's Teague. Kevin Willis out there with Wilkins. And it's Smith. Then there's Teague. And it's Gilmore in at the 5 spot. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. The dish to Wilkins. Off the pick. Oh, and that's tough by Wilkins.
Hey guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. Joseph with the ball. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Joseph's got 17 now.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
The momentum is building, scoring in a bunch of ways. That's why his number keeps getting called.
Passes to Lee. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. And here is Joseph. There's the pass to Wolf. Just 5 on the clock. Gilmore grabs the miss. Gilmore's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Now Wilkins. He's got 14. The putback. It's good on the putback. Willis has got his first 2 points of the night.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Here's Joseph. He's got 17. He kicks it to Lee. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Wilkes. Back to Lee. Shot clock at 6. The shot from the low post is good. 12 points for him.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Showing no mercy, double-digit lead, and still putting it on them.
There's a screen by Willis. Here's Smith. Lays it up off the glass.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Here's the screen. Rivers in the corner. On the wing, Lee. They grab their own miss.
You can see the frustration. They hold the lead, but he wants to be able to contribute.
Smith outside. Gilmore passes to T. Willis with the screen on Joseph. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Got freed up. Nice work off the pick.
Just crushing it here. 80% to start the half.
Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Rivers a screen on Teague. Up off the screen. And then Rivers with the dunk.
One of the cases where height fails to tell you the whole story.
The Hawks have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. And Black Hole's going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Malone's checked in for the Hawks. And Atlanta has possession. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Screen by Smith. Near the step back. Willis. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Now here's Rivers. 8 points for him. Joseph with the ball. Picked up by Malone. Back to Joseph. And stolen by Malone. There's a screen by Willis. Here's Smith. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
84%. That's what he was able to convert on a season ago from the line.
Anderson, he's checked in for Kevin Willis. And the Hornets call time here. And this matchup with the Hawks, it's their first meeting of the season.
And they rolled over this team last season, beating them every time they faced off.
Yeah, these two teams haven't changed that much. So I wouldn't be surprised if they run the table on them again.
And Joseph kicks to Lee. Lee with the steal. Joseph against T. Joseph, that's good. Joseph's got 19 points.
Mr. Dependable tonight, helping them grow this lead.
For Atlanta, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. They set the pick. Anderson the screen. Malone dishes to Anderson. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Anderson's got 7 points in the game.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Lee against Malone. Back to Joseph. Just 5 to shoot. Lee outside. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hawks. Well, let's take a look at last year's top scorers. And you look at Joseph, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player. And, of course, Black Hole doing even more. Another guy who can get a lot of points. Top 5.
And what an option either of those two guys give you. They're both excellent safety valves when an offense is struggling.
They double him with Rivers. Here's Schroeder. Again, the Hawks score.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
Rivers with it. He's got 8. And here is Joseph. And it's Malone with the rebound. Schroeder outside. Inside. Intercepted. Here's the Beast, covered by Smith.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instinct to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity.
Against Malone. He feeds it to Schroeder. Just 3 to shoot on the arc. It's rebounded by Charlotte. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the next to look forward to. That puts them squarely in the middle of this 5-game road trip. Out to the right wing. Back to Joseph. And Joseph slams it home.
Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know why, Road Greg. That was special. That was really special.
Dennis Schroeder out of Germany, a scoring-minded point guard. We know that. Started his career backing up Jeff Teague. Last season, though, the Hawks. Sanders Schroeder the keys.
Atlanta making a switch here. Bradley's checked in. And then for Charlotte, Big Dog, he's checked in for Rivers. And it's Big Cat in for B-Train.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. They set the screen. It's the 3-point bomb. Bradley's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Now Brand. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Screen by Brand. Joseph, the pass to Brand. Over Anderson. And misses it off the right side of the rim. And the Hawks see Schroeder as their starting point guard of the future.
And they're not the only one who likes him. A lot of other GMs picking up the phone, wondering if the Hawks might be willing. Wow! I can't believe that one.
That was incredible.
And when you can outscore your opponent in transition, that's always going to work to your advantage.
Reason why a number of guys on this roster, they are built for speed. Why not play to your strengths?
ABC's checked in for the Hornets. The Prophet comes in for the Beast, pushing it up. It's tipped, and that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. And we take a look here at the shot chart for Charlotte.
You know, I doubt they came into this game thinking they would be doing this much damage from mid-range, but you have to give them credit for being able to see what is available in their offense and then exploit the weakness of the D. To be successful in this league, you have to be flexible, and they've done a great job of that so far.
Out to Lee. Screen by Brand. Lee goes in. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Lee's got 16.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
With this big of a deficit in the score, you think the losing team would be playing harder. Nope, the opposite.
Nobody near Schroeder. Drains it from beyond the arc. Schroeder's got 5 points in the quarter.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
Picked by Lee. Here's Joseph. 21 points in the game. Screen by Brand. And Joseph kicks to Lee. Joseph against Schroeder. Here's...
Okay.
Oh, he's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Malone with it. He's picked up by Lee. Pass to Gilmore. And he banks in the lane.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Bradley against Garcia. Brand, a screen on Schroeder. Dishes it to Lee. Back to Joseph. 1:05 left in the third. Back to Lee. Beyond the arc. And the call will go against Big Cat. And that'll be his third foul so far.
A good screen made all the difference. It led to an open look.
So for the Hawks, Willis comes in for Ryan Anderson. And Wilkins subbed in for Malone. Charlotte also making some changes. Big Dog is checked in for Lee. B-Train comes in for Big Cat. And it's Campbell in for Joseph. Out of hand on it. They retain possession.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
They set the screen. Garcia makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
It's Wilkins on the wing. 14 points for him. And it's blocked.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Campbell kicks to Garcia. Out to the wing. Here's Lyons. And it's the Hornets another 3.
And so far, they have been in complete control of this one. Just a well-rounded effort on the road.
You know what they've done? They've been aggressive on both ends. That's showing up on the scoreboard.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And we'll be right back after this. And now let's take a listen on head coach Steve Clifford.
Good offense, right? We got back every time.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Charlotte's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. On the court for Charlotte, they've got the Prophet. ABC is out there with Campbell. Then there's Big Dog, and it's B-Train in at the 4. 5 to shoot. Pass to Big Dog. Rejected by Crowder, and it's good for 2. B-Train's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Charlotte. B-Train's gone 3 for 5 from the field. Passes to Anunoby. Lets it go with the 3. Trains the three-pointer.
And there's where, if you get some room, you kind of have to take that shot to keep the defense honest.
Steve, we're hearing more and more about video game competitions, the rise of esports. It's big business. Have you been following any of that?
Yes, I have. Rick, Fox, Shaq, those guys with E-League here at Turner Sports. I get a chance to watch it, bring my kids here and watch of it. I'm amazed. It's growing and growing and growing. And I love the competition of Rick Fox, Echo Fox versus Shaq's team.
Off target from outside. For Charlotte, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Over to the wing. Back to Garcia. Campbell with it. Puts it up from 17. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
Yeah, I mean, the way he's climbing all over him on that one, no way the officials are going to miss that.
Yeah, he needed a ladder there. Terrible judgment as to how high and how far he could reach.
And the Hornets making a change here. Rand's checked in. Teague against Campbell. Offensive rebound. Sue, the pass to O'Gallagher. And the wide open shot from Crowder. The Hawks again can't hit. Charlotte in total control. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. And here is Campbell. To the wing right side. There's the triple. Charlotte no good that time either.
And this is what he gives you, the ability to contest the shot without foul.
Perimeter defense at a premium these days. You see the value in this kind of effort.
Now the pass to Sue. Outside Crowder. And that's in. Nice feet on the play.
Serve and the defense there. He makes a terrific read.
Got a piece of it. Outside Garcia. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. And the new CBA hammered out, Smitty, last season between the league and the players. It really seemed to get done. Adam Silver, a terrific job. Chris Paul leading the players' side. They got together early and seemed to be much more cordial in their negotiations. I think that's a wonderful sign.
I think the game is in good hands right now, and I was happy from, like you said, from the league side and the players' union side. You said it best, Kevin. They got together early, and that's why I think it was seamless. And the game right now is going so well, and they didn't mess it up, and I'm happy about it.
And you know what? I'll even go out, I'll take it one step further. I don't know if there's a professional league in the world right now that is in better shape in almost every aspect than the NBA. What do you think?
I totally agree, Kevin. Right now, we have a magical time right now in the NBA. Things are running well on the court and off the court.
There's the pick. Teague inside the line. They get it again. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
They're trailing, but they are really battling, working the ball down low, getting good looks in the paint. The inside game much improved from where it was in the first half.
Teague against Campbell. Screen by Brand. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
You've got to give a ton of credit to the screener. That play easily opened up the easy layup for his teammate.
Some changes for Charlotte. Rivers, he's checked in for Big Dog. B-Train comes in for Big Cat. And it's the Beast in for ABC. Here's on an open, guarded by Garcia. Every so often a team will have a home game and see their stadium flooded with fans for the away team. It happens when a especially good, popular team is playing a team kind of in a bad part of their schedule, or maybe just in a bad part of their development. Smitty, do players notice when this happens? And does it bother them?
Yeah, players notice it. It does bother you. It happened to me in the Chicago Bulls era. You're hearing people cheer more for Michael Jordan than their own players. It's because people love to see winners. People have their favorite players, and a lot of people right now look at it as they want to come see their favorite player. As a player, you just got to go out, beat Michael Jordan, go out and win, and use the fans to turn into your favor.
Three-pointer, Crowder. Here's O'Gallagher. It's rebounded by Charlotte. The Beast's got his third rebound tonight. Pass to Campbell. There's a screen. Here's Wolf. Good work defensively by Crowder.
That's one of his shots in his arsenal, but it was terrific rim protection.
A three ball. And the shot will not go from Anunoby. For Charlotte, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Pass to Beecher. Here's Wolf. Gets the three-pointer to fall. The Beasts got 5 points in the quarter.
And that evened things out. He had a 3 early in the first half, now gets 1 in the second.
You know, Smitty, as the game grows internationally, we've seen a contrast drawn between the academies, for instance, in Europe and Australia, and the youth basketball organizations in this country. Do you think we're doing it the right way? Should there be change, more policing of just how things are run at a very young level?
I think more policing, Kevin. I think also coaches being better equipped to be able to be around young kids. I think also how many games these kids are playing. I think obviously you want them to have games, but when they're playing 5, 6, 7 games in a weekend, I just think that's too much.
Malone's checked in for Atlanta. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Lee's checked in for Garcia.
It's been a frustrating quarter for him shooting the basketball. He just has to make sure he's taking good shots.
And the Hornets miss again. Atlanta's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Back to Crowder. Stripped away. Here's the Beast.
Oh, wow, nice.
I mean, just beautiful.
I totally agree.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. And that's a foul called on Money. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Joseph, he's checked in for Campbell. Joseph against T. Shot to stop the run. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Rivers has got 3 rebounds now in this one.
He's just gone stone cold this period, and it's bringing the rest of the team down.
And Smitty, I heard somewhere that both Larry Bird and Kevin Durant did a lot of wrist strengthening exercises when they were growing up. How important is wrist strength to basketball players, and especially shooters like yourself?
You know, when you're taught the game of shooting the basketball, Kevin, they say get your legs into it. But there's sometimes you are in situations where the only thing you can do is use your arms and your wrists. And you see guys right now from a flat-out standstill position deep behind the three-point line, a la Kevin Durant, Steph Curry. They're just shooting with all arms and wrists. So it's very important to strengthen your wrists and your arms.
And did you do that? Did you do any of that wrist strengthening when you played, and did you adhere to that?
I did not, Kevin. All I did was do some push-ups.
Offensive rebound, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Free throw, good, T.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Some changes for Charlotte. Big Dog is checked in for Rivers. Big Daddy comes in for B-Train, and it's Garcia in for the Beast. Joseph dishes to Garcia. Now here's Joseph. There's the pick. Clock at 6. Charlotte moving the ball around. Outside, Garcia. Back to Joseph. And Smitty, this year the NBA choosing to start the season a bit earlier to cut down on the back-to-back games during the year. Do you think the NBA should spread the schedule out even more? Are you happy the way they have at least gone about this season?
I think the NBA, Adam Silver and those guys have done a fantastic job. I love how they give the guys basically a week after All-Star game. They're starting a little bit early to cut down the back-to-backs. Either way, if you can find ways to help the recovery time, is great. But I think right now, the league and the games and the scheduling, they're in good hands right now.
Anunoby, he's checked in for the Hawks. Avery Bradley comes in for Jeff Teague. Ball's not loose. It's stolen by Bradley. Passes it to Anunoby. Lets it go from deep. Connects from 3-point range. Anunoby's got 6 here in this quarter.
Because he's inconsistent from range, the defense dares him to take that shot. Bad gamble there.
Here's Big Daddy. There's a good screen. Here's Joseph. Terrific design on the pick play. And he lays it in. Joseph's got 12 points here in the second half. Malone against Joseph. Malone kicks to Crowder. Screen by Malone. Crowder, the pass to O'Gallagher. Gets rebounded by Charlotte.
And you just get the sense the whole period he's been a bit out of sync.
Yep, trying to shoot himself back into this. Regain some confidence first.
And this is his shot. You give him that much space, you're asking for trouble.
And the problem is you're already way behind. Obviously, your closeouts are ineffective. You're in trouble.
Here's Joseph. An easy 2 points on the layup. Joseph's got 32 points.
Now, tell you what, his accuracy has been the story of this game.
And to do it in the fourth quarter, you're trying to extend the lead. He's making that happen.
And there's the pass to O'Gallagher. And they get it, and he nails the jumper. Well, Steve, with the rise of NBA message boards and increased coverage from beat writers, NBA players have plenty of opportunity to read up on opinions of what people are saying about that player. Is this something that is impossible to avoid? And do some players read fan opinions about themselves? Are they reading these critiques?
Yeah, I think they are. Some players read it too much. Fans have a voice, but you don't have to read the good or the bad. But going back to the beat writers, I think a lot of times a beat writer is one of those guys that you see every day. And you're looking to challenge him when he writes something bad. And also you want to pat him on the back when he writes something good. But I think you got to look at the beat writer and understand he's doing his job. You got to kind of separate that. But a lot of times when there's a beat writer interact with a player, a lot of times it's bad, especially if the beat writer has written something negative toward the player. I wish they could separate those guys. And also the players can separate the beat writers from fans.
Lee gets the bucket.
Tremendous effort here on the road. That plane ride home is going to be sweet.
They better have some extra goodies on that plane, because after this blowout, they deserve to be rewarded.
Joseph, the pass to Big Dog. And that one is hammered home.
And just putting the finishing touches on this one, they have been on fire.
I mean, a fantastic run. The guys are really clicking, and the scoreboard reflects that.
Malone down low. He's covered by Joseph, and he's able to get it back. And there's going to be a foul. He definitely made contact with the ball, and in doing so also got the body, so we'll see free throws here. Free throw drops for Malone. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now Campbell. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.